Hi friends, welcome to WildCare. It's Monday and today we are meeting this wonderful little fellow. This is a baby scrub jay who does not seem to be excited to be sitting in his nest. I have Amber here who's going to be feeding him for us. Let's see if we distract him with some mealworms, if we can get him to sit still for just a minute. He was gaping earlier, but of course once we get the camera on him, he has absolutely no interest in cooperating whatsoever. So this little guy is in our songbird room, and I believe he fell out of his nest. I know you're concentrating on that, Amber. Are you able to tell us a little bit about him?
So he fell out of the nest, and thankfully he doesn't have any fractures or anything, and he hasn't been away from his mother for long. And I can tell that because of his feces consistency and then the moisture in his mouth. So we got him just in time, and for now he's suspected to be clinically healthy, and so we just try and raise him up. But the nest was inaccessible by the finder.
Oh, too bad. So yeah, normally we would be able to put a healthy baby like this back into the nest and get him back in his parents' care. But if you're not able to access the nest or don't know where the nest is, then of course that gets to be a little more challenging. He's definitely distracted at this point. So this is one of the patients in the bird room. Normally at WildCare, we would have, at this point, I mean, I looked it up, and we have 116 or so patients currently in care, most of them wildlife babies. And normally our baby songbird room would be absolutely full of baskets of baby birds, and each one of these little guys needs to be fed every 45 minutes from dawn until dusk. But because of the shelter in place and because we are not able to have our amazing volunteers here on property, we have been sending even our baby songbirds out to foster care. If you need to put him back in, go for it. Back for foster care. And we have here Jacqueline Lewis, our senior wildlife technician, and she was going to tell us a little bit about the foster care system. What's happening this year?
Okay, so this year has been a little bit wild. We do not have any volunteers on site, and normally we have 300 volunteers, and on any daily shift we could have 20 volunteers coming through the hospital. Yeah,
working 4-hour shifts.
Working 4-hour shifts, so we got cut from 20 people to just 2 of us in the bird room now. And so what we're doing is we decided we have all our volunteers in shelter in place, so what we're gonna do is send the birds out to our volunteers who already know how to care for them. They've been here for years. So we have a zero contact pickup method, and they're coming and they're picking them up, and they're doing all of it from home, and we're checking in weekly. We do Zoom meetings and we see how the babies are, and we'll say, hey.
So you actually do like a baby health check via Zoom?
We're doing wellness checks via Zoom. So we'll check in with the volunteer and say, hey, maybe they should get out of that basket now, and we'll put them in a wire cage, and then I'll go and leave a wire cage out, bleach it down, and they'll come pick it up in the back. And it's a really great system, but it's been a huge amount of help because dealing with intake, we're getting up to 16 to 20 patients a day, and then having to feed birds every 30 minutes is really hard for us. So we have our fantastic volunteers who I miss so dearly.
Miss you guys so much.
So much.
I'll mention, by the way, that this is National Volunteer Appreciation Week this week.
It is.
I know.
It is, and I appreciate you guys so much. Just having the couple babies we have on site before they go into foster care really sets us back. And knowing we have so many awesome volunteers just dying to help. I mean, I'm getting texts all the time. I'm ready for babies. Like, do you have one for me? I'm like, the minute I have a baby, you got it. So they're doing care from home, and we're making little kits with all the supplies they need. So when we put the babies out there, we have a whole kit with all the food they need. Husbandry supplies like paper towels and actual towels, nesting materials, enrichment, things like that, feeding supplies, so hemostats, 1cc syringes, anything you could possibly think of.
All of these things. And of course, these are volunteers that are already trained. We're not looking for untrained volunteers. These are people that have been dedicating their time to WildCare in the bird room for years.
Some of them up to 23 years.
Yep, exactly. And so very, very incredibly competent people that are really good at the animal care. So we feel really good about sending them into their care. And of course, we're sending all the mammals home as well.
All the mammals are in home care as well, too. We have a couple of skunks. We have raccoons then, finally.
Got our first raccoon.
First raccoon. And the squirrels are pouring in right now.
The squirrel
too.
and the opossums.
The opossums.
Yeah. We have over 75 animals currently in home care right now.
We got 11 baby rats the other day. It was wild. It's been wild, and just organizing foster care itself is its own job.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
But yes, that's it, and I can't thank the volunteers enough.
Yeah, you guys are doing such amazing work for us, and we are so grateful. We're going to make it kind of a short one today because our little scrub jay was not being very cooperative, and we'll give him a moment to relax. Amber's going to probably feed him again in another moment, and then he'll be able to get his lunch. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Don't know who we're going to have, but we'll see. And thank you so much for joining us. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Stay safe, stay well. Visit us online at discoverwildcare.org. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.